spoilage brings the meaning the supply is more than the demand, which is the supply is the seats and the demand is the passengers, and the actual booking curve result in the number of the bookings at the departure being less than the capacity of the flight, and the difference between the capacity and the actual booking or empty seats in the aircraft, that is the spoilage. And there are two conditions that brings the example of the spoilage, and the first condition is less bookings due to higher price, hence empty seats, and the second condition full flights booking but passengers no show. So the alternative of the airlines to reduce the spoilage is the revenue analyst can lower the relevant ticket price or open lower fare classes for sale, thereby reducing the spoilage. Thank you.
Hi, today I would like to talk about spillage. Okay, spillage occur when the demand is greater compared to the supply. Okay, for example, during special festive seasons like Christmas and Hari Raya, most of the airline ticket will sold out. Okay, because of spillage, is part of losses because they ignore the passengers who willing to pay more than the current passengers because their airfares is already sold out. Then the losses is when the other passengers needs to find another airlines and they willing to pay more high to make sure they can fly. Okay, this is also when airline is going to maximize the revenue amount from this particular event. The airlines cannot afford to manage the demand because of the lack of capacity of aircraft, and this will lead to losses. All seats are purchased prior to the departure of the flight. Situation is also a few problem because airline generally wants to hold a few seats back from sale for minute traveler who might be willing to pay a high price. By already having the flight fully booked, the airline is having a potential loss of revenue.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about overbooking. Okay, basically overbooking is known as a practice by airlines to combat spoilage, since invariably compacts do not show up for a flight or may miss connection. Airlines book more packs for the flight than the aircraft capacity. Okay, this means the airlines increase the booking limit higher than the actual capacity. To make a better understanding, you can see the graph as shown. Okay, this graph shows that is a predictable percentage of packs usually do not show up for the flight. Airlines certainly set booking limits that exceed. This means the graph line will exceed the capacity of the actual flight seats. Okay, thank you.
Alternative to overbooking, we have 5, which is first is standby, second is bumping strategy, third is the replane concept, fourth is the last minute discount, and the last one is cancellation and no-show penalties. For the standby, airlines will sell a ticket in a deep discount to a passenger to only for the access the capacity on the aircraft, but it's only for space available on that time only. Second is bumping strategy. Bumping strategy is happen when the passenger have made a late booking, and this kind of passenger willing to pay very high price on the ticket. So the airlines will use this bumping strategy to the passenger that already made the booking to consider to let his or her seat go to the passenger that made late booking, which is pay the high price on the ticket.
I proceed with replane concept. So the replane concept currently being offered by the company Replane Incorporate under the replane idea. An airline that sees higher than anticipated demand will contact customer on the same flight including such as via internet or phone. For example, offer them some level of compensation to take a later flight. So next is the last minute discount. So usually airline have been doing last minute discount for the empty seat, so that so they want to sell that empty seat, so it will otherwise go unused and it will lead to spoilage. And lastly is cancellation and no-show penalties. So many airlines, hotels and rental car companies have instituted penalties for customers who cancel or don't show up for their flight.